It's that time of year. It's time to buy your 3D printers or buy really whatever you're looking for. It's the holiday season. We got tons of Black Friday sales and sales galore. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and check some out, let you guys know what I'm looking at, what we're looking at as far as deals for 3D printers, filament, things like that. I haven't updated you guys in like a week or two on the sales, and these are just constantly changing. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. All right, so first things first, the Bambu Lab H2C and the Bambu Lab P2S actually did go on sale just the other day. The P2S is $549 for the base version. Let's go ahead and check it out. We're looking at $799 for the combo. That's going to give you the AMS2. I do like this if you can afford to swing it over the P1S in that price, but this is one where you're just kind of future-proofing yourself. You don't need all the newest gizmos and gadgets, but it is one to consider, like versus the P1S. It is $180 more versus the P1S combo with the AMS2 system, but again, I like the P2S if you just kind of want to future-proof yourself. So let's go back here. We'll check out the H2C. It's actually for pre-order, delivering around November 25th. You can see that in the bottom left-hand corner, $2,400, but realistically, you don't want to get just the base version. You actually want to get the standard plus the ultimate set, which comes out to $2,900. Now that's it's a hefty price to pay if you want to get this. I know some of you are waiting for the Bondtech Index, but at this point, this is the only printer available that ultimately reduces waste, like bar none. You know, you can buy the Snapmaker, but again, you're not shipping that till next year. But right now, this is probably the best printer on the market, I would say. You get the Bambu Lab ecosystem, all of that is now available for sale. I'm in the wait and see category. It's a lot of money to swallow for me right now. So moving on, let's go ahead and just check out some of the other Bambu Lab Black Friday deals just to recap them. I know we've talked about them quite a bit on this channel, but we'll talk about some of my favorites. Of course, you got the P1S for $400, great deal. And if you go ahead and get the combo with the AMS2 and hub and all that, you're looking at $619. You can get it for $550 with the original one. Totally fine. I would try to swing for the AMS2 if you can afford it. If not, again, it's not the end of the world, or you can always add the AMS later, but keep in mind, it is a lot more expensive when you add the AMS later. As far as like the A1 combo, that's like one of my favorite 3D printers of all time. Of course, right, it's the bed slinger, stuff like that. You can also use an AMS2 with that if you buy it separately, but you do pay the price again for buying it separately. There are some deals on AMS systems, which we can go ahead and check out real quick. As far as, let's see here, you're looking at $279 for an AMS2 Pro, or just $240 for the regular AMS. I think for 40 bucks, it's a no-brainer. You go ahead and splurge. I would no longer purchase the AMS Lite on its own unless you're just going for the ultimate budget. That's all you want is 4 3D printed colors, or 4 colors for 3D printers. Now, it is good for automatic loading, so if that's all you're using it for, totally fine. I'm not saying don't buy it for automatic loading filament. If you're only printing one color, perfectly, like that's all you need. So going back to 3D printer deals, again, you got the A1 Mini, pretty good deal at 200 bucks, but I would try to splurge for the A1 for just that small amount more. It's $80 more. A1 combo, yada, yada, yada. H2D, you do get free shipping, but I think the H2D is in this weird place now where the H2D combo is $2,000 on the Black Friday sale. I actually don't think it's gonna go up too much more after the Black Friday sale, considering now we have actually seen the H2C and what the price is, being $2,400 for the combo for the H2C. If you subtract $250, which is about what they add for the combos, it's about the same price. You're looking at, what is that, $2,150 or whatever it would be, maybe like $2,200. Yeah, I would say normally when you add that amount, it doesn't seem to make sense now. The H2D is in this weird like space. That's why I don't think it's going to go up too much after the Black Friday sale. Now, I could totally be wrong with that, looking at all these prices, but yeah, keep that in mind. Now let's go ahead and go to new arrival. Again, this was something I was surprised about. The P2S combo, the P2S, the H2S, all of these, including even the H2C, are including free shipping. So you save about probably $80 to $100 on shipping if you order through Bambu Lab's website. Alternatively, if you have a micro center near you, I know they've had some P2Ss. I've seen them show up. Same thing with Best Buy has been offering some of those. So that's just a quick thing. If you're looking at filaments, of course, you got to spend, like, the more you spend, the more discounts you're going to get. It is nice to have the spools. and actually have the RFID tags for the Bambu Lab filaments, but it's not necessarily something that is a must. One good deal right now I'm seeing, I actually recently just purchased these because I was interested in how they worked. The Super Tack, so far mine are really, like that PLA is really stuck to these. And if you get them for the X1, A1, P1 series, all of that, it is $17.50. They were recently on flash sale. I missed that for 13 bucks, but $17.50 so far. I've used them for a couple days and I really like them. But again, that kind of stuff is not necessary. If you just purchased your first 3D printer, use the PEI plate, totally fine. So we'll move on to Anycubic. Just as a reminder, we're going into the ending time of putting that $50 deposit down for the S1 Max combo, if that's something you're interested in, so keep that in mind. You can look up how that works, go to the Anycubic website, yada, yada, yada. But they are running deals on their 3D printers. You're looking at the Anycubic Cobra S1 for $459. Pretty good deal there if that was a 3D printer you're considering. They have deals on resin printers and things like that. I'm not too familiar with the prices of the resin printers. I know that recently the Photon P1 was announced and you can actually put a $10 deposit down on that one for the Kickstarter that's coming soon. So yeah, I'm not really sure how good of deals those are, but I know Anycubic makes some pretty good resin printers. So if you're looking for one of those, I'm sure it's probably the cheapest price you're gonna get. I don't see all of these prices going down too much for Black Friday. It doesn't, I just don't see it. So if we go to materials now as well for Anycubic, they're running some pretty good deals. If you go to the PLA, the more you buy, the same thing as Bambu Lab, the more you get. If you look at the 3 kg pack, it's $12.90. If you go to the 5 kg pack, $11.20. You just keep, the more you spend, the more deals you're gonna get. You can also just click their little Black Friday tab up here in the top left, and it'll go through all of these deals. You can just keep scrolling down, and they have tons of deals, right? You can see the refill pack you can get for 90 bucks, so that's only $90 a roll. I would say that's pretty good. Let's see if you can go ahead and pick your colors there. That's one of the complaints a lot of people had. Looks like you can pick, but they're all just one solid color, so just depends on what you are looking for. Moving on to other deals, Creality is actually running some specials on their 3D printers, their website. I hate all these pop-ups. Why does it feel like every single 3D print company has like so many pop-ups? Yeah, guys, if I can make one suggestion to these 3D print companies, please get rid of these. Anyway, the K2 Pro combo is sitting at $1,000. I believe it's the only 300 cubed 3D printer on the market. That makes it a unique kind of subsection here of a printer, if that's what you would call it. Yeah, I'm not giving like buying advice on these printers. I haven't used them personally. Another one that you're looking at when it comes to Creality is actually, their websites are always kind of buggy. I don't know what it is. Like, and again, they just have so many things like popping up. It's not me, it's the website, trust me. Anyway, $1,200 for the K2 Plus combo. A lot of people really do like this. If you're on TikTok, this thing gets pushed constantly, but to each their own. I would probably rather have the H2S for more money. Again, it does cost more money. I like the H2S. I don't know, that's my workhorse. That's my baby right now. Although I am replacing a part on it currently. That's really frustrating when it's a ribbon cable. Anyway, if you know, you know. But with that being said, guys, the K2 Plus combo is sitting at $1,200. So again, Creality and stuff, like I was saying, a lot of people push them on TikTok. Sometimes you can get better deals on TikTok. That's just, I don't know, it's just a weird thing that they do. Flashforge AD5X, as long as you're not printing guns, then you're okay with this 3D printer. If you know, you know. Anyway, $340. I've seen this also as well on the TikTok shop go as low as like $301. So that's something to keep in mind. Maybe they might run a better special on TikTok. And sometimes on TikTok, you can get those coupons, which can actually decrease your price as well. Same thing with the P1S. I saw there was a deal for $369 on the P1S. If you get a coupon, it could bring it out to cheaper. I don't know if they're charging for shipping though. That is one thing to consider. On the Bambu Lab website, there is no shipping currently. So if you're looking for the Flashforge AD5X, pretty good deal, but you might be able to hold out on TikTok shop and stuff and get that a little bit lower. Moving on to some more filaments. Sunlu, I like this deal. It's $40 for 4 spools on Amazon almost all the time. It's not necessarily a Black Friday deal or anything like that. I always put it in the link down below in my videos through my Amazon affiliate. it's a great buy. I really like using their filament. It's a Sunloop 2.0, so the spools are also good for the Bambu Lab refills. So I've been going through this stuff, then using the refills for my colors that I purchased through Bambu Lab in my bulk order. So I've seen some of you guys also have success doing that, so that is definitely a good buy. Now, speaking of Sunloop, if you go to their website, they're also running some deals. So like marble PLA, for example, is typically pretty expensive. Man, these drop downs. I'm also on my laptop, so it's a little bit of a funky screen. Maybe I should hook up a monitor. Let me know if you guys think this is okay view. But we're looking at $15.99 for this marble PLA. But again, if you go to the Black Friday sale, they have tons of different deals on PLA where you can potentially get them as low as like $9, $10 a roll. So keep that in mind. Like, if you're spending $15 a roll, even for colors, guys, you're overspending. This is the time of year to buy them. Also buy in bulk when you're speaking of PLAs, things like that. So let's go ahead and take a look here. I'm scrolling down. All right, so I actually had to go to Filament and then I went to PLA. You're looking at $10.99 a roll if you get it through here, and or $11.99, I guess it updated. That's weird. Anyway, but you can pick a whole bunch of different colors right here. $12.49, $11.99 for some of them, depends on which one it is. They have quite a few colors. Again, pretty cheap for colors, and I really like the Sunloop PLA. It's pretty good. You do have to select 3, and I believe they have free shipping on most items on their website. Also, if you're looking for filament dryers, they have that kind of stuff, but I've literally never bought a filament dryer, and the only one I actually have is when Anycubic sent me the Cobra 3 Max, and that one actually dries filament as well. I've literally never dried or even used that function either. So I don't know if you guys are in a humidity climate that you really need some, but I have found some of my PLA just sitting out starts to probably show signs of I need to dry. Another Amazon deal is actually these calipers, and I literally just bought these for like 20 bucks. I haven't even used them yet. $16, but again, this is a nice time to look for 3D printing tools as well. Even just tools in general, this is a good time of year to start buying. Guys, if you're like someone who's just moved into a house, you can never have enough screwdrivers, pick them up in bulk around the holidays. Like, I can't tell you how many packs over the years I've bought, and I lose them all the time because I don't know. They just disappear. They get eaten by the screwdriver monster. I don't know. But with that being said, too, it is also, like I said, is a good time. So one thing I'm actually considering is actually a workbench, not a tool necessarily. $279 for this workbench as a 24-inch depth, which seems like it would be good to put my H2S on. And I definitely need to replace my workbench that I built myself years ago. It just has like these wobbly 2x4s that are terrible. You can see it actually in my first review video I put up on the channel in like February. Terrible. It's a terrible workbench. It's so wobbly. But with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let me know down in the comments what deals I missed. Let people know what deals so that way everyone can share in the joy of this Christmas season. We'll be back tomorrow for the 3D printing news. Guys, again, remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you tomorrow.